cup of tea. So I
I
don't
just
really
want
know.
did you really say that?
What do you mean?
I just want to be clear. You don't think that Hitler was a bad person.
Dude, I say I don't know. I don't have enough information for me to make that call. I can talk about the actions, and the actions were terrible. Yes, and they speak of a bad person. Yes, 100%. But I don't have the information, much information about what who he was or what. I really don't know. All I know about that history is that there was something that happened that a
All
lot of
right.
persons
Let me
died,
try an extreme
but I am
example.
not familiar enough
Hold on, just
for
real
me to
quick
make
Let,
a
on
me- let,
Hitler
call.
thing. You would have to talk to him to figure this out?
Yes, man.
And what
Listen,
what could
there
he
in
possibly
history.
say? What could
Listen,
he
listen.
possibly
In
say
history,
that would be
yes,
make things okay and that he was a good person?
yes, in history, man, you have a lot of bad actors. Let's say, for instance, they have
Well, I
been
heard he was a dog
wars
lover.
in the world. Yes,
Yeah, dude, he
wars.
was a vegan. I
Now,
mean,
just
yeah, but
because
so is
people
Chrissy.
have engaged in war, sometimes there's always a good side. I mean, people defending what's right, and people against corruption and whatnot. And yes, those people tend to do terrible things, but I don't know. I would have to know which band is the band who is really defending
So
themselves.
you're just agnostic on all wars. You don't know whether or not there were good people or bad people.
Um, okay, so let me ask you something, Tomer.
No,
Let's
don't
say
ask
a
me a fucking
soldier
question.
kills
Listen,
a whole
you
bunch of people.
no,
Yes,
you
and
answer the
they are fighting
question.
a war. Now, is that a bad person?
Listen, I'm asking you a question, Tasteless. I muted you because you asked me a question, okay? We don't get anywhere with you driving. Do you understand? Now, if you're saying that Hitler, you don't know if he was a bad person because you need to talk to him first. Well, you've never talked with any fucking military leader of any kind in any war. So if what follows from that is you're completely agnostic about all those people being good or bad people. Do you understand?
Yes, you have to understand, Tomer,
So is
that
that
what you know
excuse me.
about history and this history
So is that
might not be
correct?
the same
Is
things that
that
I know.
correct that you don't know about if you don't think anyone is good or bad in all these wars and all these leaders? You don't think anyone was good or bad?
Listen, Tomer, listen.
Just answer the question yes
Can you
or no, and
recognize
then you can
first
qualify
that I don't
whatever
hold
you
the
want.
same information that you have? Yes or no? Can you see that or no? It is. We are not talking about in the same field,
You're,
dude.
Tomer's saying
You
you can't drive and you're trying to drive.
what?
You just asked him another question.
Look,
Is no. I want
answer, you
him
can
to
qualify your answer
acknowledge
if you want,
that
but
my
just answer the
knowledge on
question
this
first.
particular issue is null. He has knowledge about these things. I don't. Okay.
Look, just answer yes or
All I
no.
know about that is that there were,
Why can't you
actions. I
stop
don't even know
talking?
if the guy made the call. I don't know. I don't have any idea about it, man.
Right. So
Yes,
so
yes.
you don't think that with all these wars you don't know who was the good side in any of these, right?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
No,
for
it is what you're
other
saying.
events,
That is
Tomer,
what you're
where there
saying.
has been war or a soldier killing a bunch of people, telling me, hey, that guy is a.
Alright, look, I muted you again. I'm going to explain this to you again, right? You're saying that you don't know whether or not Hitler is bad because he didn't talk to him. Maybe he's privy to some special information or circumstance or something like that where he was actually a good dude, right? Well, that just means that you have to reserve judgment for every leader in every war until you've talked to them. Now, I doubt that you've talked to many military leaders, presidents, emperors, or any of that. So you would have to be agnostic, even on the good ones, because you could not be privy to some information that would mean that someone you thought was good was actually bad. So you have to be agnostic on every single war, on who was the good and who was the bad. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, I understand, and you're making a straw man. I never said I had to talk to the guy before I can make a call.
You did.
Or
You
listen,
did.
listen. I would have to have the same information as you do for me to be able to say, yeah, he was a terrible person, dude. He was the devil himself. Yes, I would have to know what you know, but I probably don't. Now, I know certain parts of history, like let's say like Pancho Villa and the revolution in my country. That's fine, but I am not that familiar with this part of history within World War II or Hitler and Germany or whatever. I am not that familiar, Tomer. This is what I want you to understand. Yes, I do know about certain history things that happened mostly in my country. Yes, about the Civil War, I know what in the surface. I don't know. It's like me saying, Tomer, that if a soldier killed a lot of people, I wouldn't be able to make the call that just because he killed a lot of people, he's a bad guy. What is it that you want to know, man? Because I would have to know now. Environment was in detriment. Listen. In detriment actions. I mean, the actions themselves, I can judge. Yes, the actions were terrible. Killing another human being.
You take a minute to fucking think about it for once.
Sure.
Instead of just fucking go.
With the environment, that's good.
I'm not listening to garbage.
You don't want to know this. That's fine. That's a good person. In the same
person.
In the
Just
same
influenced
way that I know
by
that
good
Colton
ideas.
is a good person. In the same way I know that Colton is a good person.
Think about what you're saying.
A person by their actions.
He doesn't really want to do something because his actions speak louder than his words.